Hey, and welcome to tutorial 49. This is one of my free tutorials. I'm Nino Justino from Canva Design Secrets, and I'm going to show you how to create the following design. This is iPhone Explorer. This is the name that I gave it. And this is, like I told you, tutorial 49 already. And I'm going to show you how to create this. And the thing that I want you to be focusing on is how to create the pop-out effect like this. I already created a pop-out effect on my YouTube channel, also a free tutorial that you can check out. But I want to give it a different feel, a different look this time. And what I want to focus on is how to create this pop-out with the phone, and also there's a landscape behind it, but also in front of it, like it's on the surface here. That's what I wanted to create. I really like these designs. And also I look at a picture that is that looks good, like this is like a forest, and I wanted to have someone inside of that picture that fits the forest. So I chose a lady, and also if you look at her legs, it's dirty, like she was working there, or she was stumbling through the forest and got dirty. So this is like the design that I wanted to create, and the main focus will be how to create this effect that it pops out like with the phone, and also how to create it like the background here, like you can really see it looks a little bit like it's a painting, but it's not a painting, it's just I created it in Canva. So let's get started. So first, what we gotta do is find an image and background that you like, and I'm looking for an image that really looks cool and it looks different. And I use several sites, but you can search in Canva as well. But when I use images like this, I always try to figure out if I can use images that are free of use, no copyright, etc. So this is one that I found, and then I'm going to find the iPhone frame. So this iPhone frame is from a site that I use as well. These are some of the elements that I use, that I show you how to get them if you join my premium member. If you join as a premium member, but for this tutorial, let me show you how you can find them as well in Canva itself. So if you look for iPhone frame, let me just show you 1 second. iPhone frame, and if you go to this all the way up top with the settings, and you click on cutouts only, because I want it to be a transparent file, so you have to be able to look through it, okay? And you will find a lot of images, and just choose one that you want to use for your in your case, and just find one like this one. Like it's only the frame, you just want to use the frame, and once you use the frame, you can put an image behind it and it will show through the iPhone. Okay, so that's what you gotta look for. And if you find a frame with a white like this, it's not going to show through. Okay, also the total black here is also not going to show through. It has to be a frame with no image in it. This one also has no image in it. Okay, so let me just go ahead and get started. So now this is the image I got. This is the image also I got online, and I want to show you how to do it. So first of all, what we got to do is, let me just cut out this image. This is the first step that we got to do, is edit image, and let's remove the background. That's the first step that we want to do. Apply. So now that we have this image, let me just make it, let me just crop it a little bit, okay, like this, and I'm going to Control C, and I'm going to put it in our landscape, Control V. Okay, so this lady is going to be standing right here, and what we got to do is, let me make this image a little bit bigger and paste it all the way. I want the image to be all the way to the right. Okay, it has to touch the borders here like this, because if you go up, let me just show you, here the image, it's all the way to the side. Okay, I want it to be all the way to the right side. So now I have this, and I'm going to put this lady here. I have the two images I want to use. I'm going to grab the iPhone, also a PNG file, so Control C, Control V, and I'm going to paste it here above the lady right here. And what I'm looking for is, if you go to this image, you will see that the knees of the lady, so the leg, is outside of the iPhone. So one part of her is like inside of the image, and the other part is like outside. So that's the effect that you want to create. So I'm going to make sure that the iPhone is behind her knee like this, and she is inside of the iPhone here. Okay, so now I'm going to position the iPhone to back like this. That's too much. If you go too much backwards, it will be behind the image. So you got to put it between the lady and the background like this. Okay, so now that I have this, you will see that the feet it's a bit strange. Also here on the background, it's not matching really with it's not matching with nothing on the scene. So that's why I created, if you go up, if you go to the image that I created these rocks. Okay, I wanted these rocks to be like there, so I can hide the fact that the foot is not showing properly. Okay, so let me just go back, and first thing that we're gonna do, I just wanted you to know that we are going to work on this area in a second, but the first thing that you have to do is you want to put the image in a way that that looks the best in the total image. Okay, so let me just, I want to make it a little bit bigger, and I want to put this, I want to move this a little bit to the right. And what I'm looking for is, I want to look for the fact that the iPhone, if you look in the iPhone, you will see some details. And let me show you what I mean. If I do this all the way, if I move this image all the way here, you will only see the tree, most of the tree, and I want to see more detail. So let me just put the image a little bit back. So if I put it back, you will also see a little bit of mountain. There has to be like a little bit of depth within the iPhone. That's what I'm looking for. Now that you have that, you're gonna put the image, you want it to be inside of the iPhone only. Okay, so let me just do that. So what we're gonna do is, I'm gonna click on the image, and I want to move it inwards to the iPhone, and you want to move it all the way. There's a black line here where the glass of the iPhone starts. You want to move it all the way there. Let me just go all the way to the iPhone, to the black of the iPhone like this. And from top, you're going to do the same. You're going to move the image down. So I'm going to move it down, and I want to move it all the way to the iPhone line here. And because the iPhone is not, the line is not straight, I'm going to move it all the way where it's most possible. So I don't want to move it all the way down. So let me just show you. And now it's a little bit behind of the iPhone, but still inside of the glass, if you understand what I mean. And let me just go ahead and do that also at the bottom. I want to do it, move the image all the way to the iPhone like this. And now the image is perfect. And what you want to do, I'm going to show you in a minute, because on the top of the image you will see still some imagery that's on top of the iPhone. We want to remove that. I'm going to show you how to do that. And also here is going to be terrain. There's going to be something on the surface like you see here. So we're going to remove that as well. So let's remove the background. And I want it to be like, I removed the background a little bit in a style that is, I want it to be looking a little bit like a painting. So what I use is paint. So let's go to elements, remove this one, and search for paint. And I'm gonna click on graphics. And you're gonna find a paint that you want to use and that you can also change the color. Okay, you want to be changing the color of this paint. So let me click on this one, and I'm gonna move this one all the way here. And what you want to be doing is you want to be using this one. Let me just turn it a little bit. You want to be using this one to make sure that the image blends in a little bit like a painting. Okay, so I'm gonna make it the color of the background like this. And what I want to do first, because there's a little bit of there's a straight line here, so you're gonna go to elements, and I'm going to look for this shape, the square shape. And with the square shape, I'm going to remove the image above the iPhone. So let me twist it a little bit and make it in the same line as the iPhone, like this. And if I zoom in, I can show you. It's even better. So this is the iPhone, and I want this to be on top of this image, like this, and all the way. Let me just move it down like this, and I'm going to turn the color into the background color. And now that I have done that, what I want to do is I want to position it backward like this. Let me see. It has to be behind the iPhone, backward until it's behind the iPhone. Now it's behind the iPhone. Okay, so now it shows like it's the background. Okay, and also a little bit of here, a little bit here. I want to have it. I want to remove this. Okay, so you're gonna use this image again. Control C, Control V. So I have this image, and I'm gonna put it here. Now, if you look closely, you will see that it gets a little bit of the effect that I wanted, like a painting. And I'm gonna look at this side as well. So let me just make it a little bit bigger. I'm going to look at this side as well. I want it here to be, I want it to go up a little bit here, because there's a tree here that I want to show in the image as well, just like above. Okay, so how am I going to do that? I'm going to move this a little bit like this, and I'm going to position it backward. Let me just go up a little bit, backward, until it's behind the iPhone like this. Okay, and then I'm going to do the same with this side. So I'm going to Control C, Control V, and I'm going to turn it like this, because I want a line like here. So let me just put it here like this. Okay, so now that I have a line like here, okay, this is perfect. I want to hide this as well, so I'm going to do Control C, Control V with the same element and hide it. Now you will have a line like this. It looks like a painting style, kind of style. Okay, so the same thing you want to be doing with the bottom, but first we got to look and see what happens if we put some elements in front of this, because now we have the lady standing here, but we want to put some elements here. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that first. Before we go ahead, let me take a minute and show you how you can become a premium member, so I can help you take your designs to the next level. Hey, do you want to take your Canva skills to the next level? Become a premium member today. This is what you will learn inside. Design like a pro. Even if you're a beginner, I don't care how old you are or what level you are at. I'm going to share all my techniques with you to take you to the next level, so you can start creating designs like this. My secret tools and elements that will make your designs stand out. I use them all the time to create that wow effect. I'm gonna help you create that wow effect as well. All the inspiration you need to master Canva in no time. I believe inspiration is the key to stay ahead with Canva. With over 50 plus tutorials and growing, there will be no lack of inspiration, and you will get access to them all. Each month I will add new tutorials, and if you sign up today, I will give you lifetime access, so you won't miss out of none of my tutorials. Become a premium member today. Click on the link below this video for student testimonials, frequently asked questions, and more details. Let's continue with the tutorial. So what we are going to do next is create a surface just like this. And if you're a premium member, you can download the images that I show you here. These are rocks that you can find in Canva. I will show you how to get them. But this terrain with the grass is something that I got from one of the websites that you can download for free. And you can have also a similar terrain as this. But for the purpose of this tutorial, I don't want everybody to be creating the same terrain. So I'm going to show you a different way, something within Canva as well. So let's go ahead and do that. So what we're going to do is I want to create something where she's standing on, like the rocks and maybe some dirt. So let's go to elements and let's search for dirt. And when you search for dirt, you want to be searching also for cutouts only. Apply filter, and this is a good one like this. I'm going to put this in front of the iPhone like this and make it a little bit bigger, maybe like this. And I want to have it here on the surface, like it's on the surface and the iPhone is behind it. I think that's a very cool look. And now what I want to do is I want to also put something that she's standing on, maybe the rocks. Okay, so let me go and find rocks, and these are the rocks that I used, so I'm going to use the same, and I'm going to put it right here, make it a little bit smaller, and she has to be standing on the rocks. And let me just make the dirt a little bit bigger like this, maybe a little bit more, a little bit down, and put this here. And what I'm looking for is I want the rocks, let me just zoom in a little bit. Her feet is behind the rock, so I'm going to position the rock backwards until her feet is on top of the rock. Okay, so that's the first thing that we are looking for. The feet has to be on top of the rock. Now that her feet is on top of the rock, we're going to put the dirt, because the dirt is in front of the rock now. That's not going to look good. So we're going to click on the dirt, position, and we're going to move it backwards behind the rock. Okay, so now her feet is on the rock, and these rocks here also are behind her feet. You want to change that. So how are we going to do that? Now, very simple. Let me just make it a little bit bigger, because it doesn't look good right now. Okay, if you look at this, she's standing with her half of the feet in the ground and one rock behind it. It doesn't look good. So I'm going to click on this rock, Control C, Control V, and put this one. So now we have two. I'm gonna copy it, right? We have two images. I'm going to put it on top of the other image, and I'm going to cut it because I want this rock to be in front of her foot. You see this rock? I'm going to, when you click on the image, you can cut it. I'm going to cut it inwards like this and put it here like this. So now you have this rock is in front of one foot, and these rocks are behind the foot, like the foot is on top of the rock. Okay, that's important. So now we have this design. Let me just make it a little bit bigger. Now that we have this, here's still a straight line. You want to remove this straight line here from the background. Okay, so how to do that? Let me click on one of the elements that we used. Control C, Control V, put it here, and I want to put it like here, like this. Okay, put it here so that it cuts the image like a painting, like here. And now I'm going to position it backward. So what I do is I always do it all the way to the back. Now it's behind the image, and I'm going to pull it forward, and now it's back. You see? Okay, so now that we have the background set up, what you want to do is you want to cover it with an animal or something, just to make it go, just to make it a little bit more living. And let me just go down. I use this deer, and this is a deer that I think I probably got it from one of the websites that I show in my premium course. But let me just put it here. And I think you can also find some animals within Canva itself. So let me just go, if I look for a deer here in Canva, and you just go for cutouts only, you will find different animals. There's a deer here, there's also there's a lot of options, so you can just choose one of the options. And if your area needs maybe an elephant, or let's say a giraffe or whatever, you can just choose whatever animal you like, or maybe a different object. But let me just use this deer again. I really like it. Make it a little bit bigger because it has to match this design. And what I'm also going to do is, I want it to be, it's standing on the surface right now, but I want it to look a little bit more like a surface. So what I'm going to do is create a surface. Let me just go ahead and search for mud. Like if you can see here, it's a little bit muddy here. See, he is standing on something. So let me just put this here and drag it. This is something that you can find in Canva as well. So let me put it here. Now it's on top of the image. I'm going to position it backwards, so now it's standing on the mud. Okay, and the color, it's a little bit of cartoonish color, and I don't like it, so I changed it here to a more realistic color. And but for this tutorial I'm not going to dive into it. This is also something that I show in my premium course, but let me show you how to create the effect on top as well. So to finish it off with eagle and some clouds. So first what we got to do is elements. We're gonna look for a blue cloud, and let me just go to graphics and let me see what we have here. This is the cloud that I use. Let me just put it here to give it a little bit more of painting feel, look and feel. And I'm going to add the eagle. So we're going to find an eagle, and let me see what we have here. This is the one that I use. Click on it and put it in the scene. As you saw in this tutorial, I really wanted you to learn how to create this landscape effect and how to make it pop out, and how to create an effect that you can make it look like a bit like a painting. And if you look at my design, I take it a step further. I create some more effects to make it look more realistic. I take a little bit more time to go into the coloring of the background, the lady, all the elements that you see here. I take my time to really take it to another level. Like the mud, like I told you, it has to look more realistic and not as cartoonish as the ones within Canva. So these are things and elements that I show you as a premium member. So this is the end of the tutorial, and if you want to become a premium member, just click the link below for more info, and I will see you inside, or I will see you at one of my following free tutorials. So have a great day, and I will see you in my next tutorial.